Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of PaperRenee.com. Today I'm going to be making a card to take to a baby shower, and I'm going to be using paper from this October afternoon 8x8 paper pad called Fly a Kite. It's really pretty. It's got a lot of like vintage looking papers in it. The baby I'm making this for is a boy, so I'm going to be using this kind of gingham paper and this kind of quilt looking paper. And I'm also going to be using some of this pinkish red dot paper, which I think will be a good contrast and bring in some of the other colors. My card base is going to be a cream card base, a standard A2 size, which is 5.5 wide by 4.25 tall. I'm going to use my Cricut machine and cut out a little lamb image out of this Wall Decor and More cartridge. The lamb is on page 55, and I cut out the lamb and then the shift lamb as the background. And I'll show you what that looks like. Looks just like this. And I'm just going to use some Tombow mono glue and glue the top piece on. Okay. Oops. Alright, we'll let that dry. Now I'm going to put the rest of the card together. And the first thing I did was I cut a piece of cardstock the same size as the front of my card. And I cut it a little bit bigger because then when I'm done I'm going to be able to trim it off and it be exactly the front. So I'm going to adhere this down with my ATG 714. Okay, now I have my card base all trimmed up the way I want it. And next thing I'm going to do is I cut off a strip of this pattern paper here, and I'm going to cut out some of these circles, but I'm going to cut them off square so that I will still have the patterned paper on the around it. Just kind of a nice way to draw in all of these other colors into the card. The card is going to go this like this, and this, shift it around a little bit, and then I'm going to put this here. And then what I'm going to do is, I think I will ink up the edges of these pieces of paper, just to add a little texture to them, since they're kind of pastels themselves, so they will stick out, so they will show up better on this light colored paper. I'm going to personalize this with my friend's baby's name. I'm going to get a long block out. His name is Drake, and I'm going to use this set from Close to My Heart, my acrylics, and it is the Giggle lowercase set. And I'm going to lay it out here on the card the way I want it. Mainly to make sure that I get the spacing right, make sure that it's going to fit. And I'm just going to arrange it the way that I want it to be. Just like that. And that's how I'm going to want it to look. Well, if I quit bumping it. Just like that. Okay, I'm going to take my block and just go ahead and just put it on there. Just like that. And that way I know the spacing is exactly the way that I want it. And I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. I'm going to use this Color Box Chalk dark brown. Oops. I'm going to do it right side up. Wow, that is really inky ink. Okay, I'm going to put it on here just like that. Perfect, except for Wow, there's a little spot. Well, that's a bummer. We will have to fix that. Okay. Okay, the next step is I'm going to use a piece of this brown gingham ribbon, and I'm going to put it on the back of these two circle pieces. Let me make sure I've got them going the way I want them. Yeah, like that. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some glue just down the center of them, and then I'm going to glue the ribbon to them. Well, let's see if I can do it this way so I won't make it mad. So it'll be neat looking. One there. Okay, so the ribbon is glued onto these little pieces of paper, and I'm going to take my really sharp scissors and I'm just going to attempt to cut a little cut them into like a little banner shape at the end. Maybe. Yeah. Just like that. So I see I need to cut a little bit more off of this one. Okay, that's going to go there. This is going to go here. I'm going to take a black marker and I'm going to just fill in that little spot. There. There we go. Just like that. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is I want to stamp Bundle of Joy up here. And I'm going to use some red for that. To go right there. This is a little stamp from Paper Tray Ink. And they're perfect card size stamps. They're not just too big. That's going to go right here. Yeah, perfect. I'm using more of that Color Box chalk ink, and this is in Lipstick Red. I love their ink. Now I'm going to get out the Stampin' Up! Dimensionals because I'm going to put this on with dimensionals. Okay, there's the card for this week. Thank you for watching. Have a great week. Bye.